Hello everybody and welcome to the Sonoma Raceway for another episode of our NASCAR Heat 5 2023 mod Career Mode Season number 4, where we will be racing here in today's Craftsman Truck Series DoorDash 250 in our number 1 JBL Toyota for Tricon Garage, our final Truck Series start of the season. This will be start number 4 of 4, and then we will be watching the rest of the truck playoffs here as this is one of the last few races of the regular season, so we start this race from 6th place behind Ty Majeski and Caden Honeycutt into turn 1 and 2 up the hill, already making a great 3-wide pass here to the inside of Majeski and Honeycutt. We get by both of them, work our way into 3rd place, now just behind the 7 of Connor Zilich and the 2 of Andres Perez. How about Andres Perez having a great start to this race? But meanwhile, we are flying up the hill, a little bit of contact there with Zilich, shove him wide. He goes sideways, he hits the wall behind us, but he keeps it going in the right direction, loses a couple of spots. Now we dive bomb Perez for the lead. A few laps later to the hairpin, way over aggressive there, completely missed the corner there through the hairpin, and Perez retains the lead. Now a few laps later, still trying to keep pace with Perez. We swing to the inside of him through the double right-handers now. Heading up to the carousel corner right here, we have the preferred line. That inside of Perez, drive a little bit wide, but we clear Perez and have taken the lead for the first time tonight here at Sonoma. We clear Andres Perez, but the battle continues. He's back to our inside now with the last lap of stage 1. We are now side by side for the lead in the stage win here in Sonoma. Some great racing between Andres Perez and I here at the front of this pack as we are side by side up the hill. I'm keeping it right there on his inside, putting on a show right now. A great battle for the lead through the first few corners of this track. It's a hard racing but clean racing. We shove a little bit wide there, but we get clear. A little aggressive, but we get the job done, and we are back in the lead. Then we completely missed the corner right before the hairpin. We completely overshoot turn 10, and now Perez is going to steal the stage 1 win. Andres Perez wins stage 1 here in Sonoma after we choked it away, but we still get 9 points in second. Honeycutt, Majeski, Zilich the top 5, then Ben Rhodes, Stephen Parsons, Dawson Sutton, Lane Riggs, and Gio Ruggiero the top 10 here. So stage 1 winner is Andres Perez de Lara here in Sonoma after I make a couple of late stage mistakes to fumble away what would have been our stage win here, but we'll still be right there in the mix to begin stage number 2. So to begin stage 2, we're already giving a big shot to Perez. We restarted 3rd, already by Caden Honeycutt. We shove Perez off into turn 2, a little slide, but we hang on to it and are already building the momentum here through this next corner to clear Caden Honeycutt for 2nd, which we will. Now we catch up to Perez, swinging the inside of Perez. We go a little wide, lots of contact, and sideways goes the 2. Perez spins. And a dramatic turn of events. We wipe out Andres Perez, ruin his race completely by accident. And now we make a huge mistake through that same corner just 2 laps later. And now Ty Majeski has gone by us to take the lead. But then we're able to clear Majeski with that same aggressive move that got us hooked onto Perez's fender. And we're going to come through to win stage 2 here in Sonoma in the Craftsman Truck Series. You'll love to see it. A stage 2 victory. Majeski 2nd, Zilich, Honeycutt, Parsons the top 5. Then Rhodes, Riggs, Ruggiero, Friesen, and Sutton the top 10. So we pick up the stage 2 win after being 2nd in the first stage. Yeah, like I said, complete mistake on my part there at the beginning of the stage, wiping out Andres Perez. Just my fault, a little over aggressive. I kind of got hooked onto his fender there, and unfortunately he got the worst of it. So a big apology to them. Definitely not what I meant to do right there. I did not want to get into him that much trying to get the lead away. So now we're headed to the final stage of racing. We restart 3rd behind Zilich and Majeski. We give a big shove off to Connor Zilich, who goes wide. We go 3 wide through the dirt. A very aggressive move right there. Rubbins racing. Get physical, basically get Zilich out of here. And now we're battling Ty Majeski, who we're going to clear here at exit up the hill. We are now back out front here in Sonoma, clearing Ty Majeski. Now here we are on the final lap, presented by Credit One Bank here at Sonoma, making our way through the hairpin for the final time. We've been able to hold off Ty Majeski, and we're going to bring it home to victory lane here in Sonoma. We win in the Craftsman Truck Series. At Sonoma, we go 4 for 4 this season, winning all 4 of our Craftsman Truck Series starts. 3 at road courses, 1 at Daytona. Now we're going to burn it down on the front straightaway to celebrate a huge win here. Some positive momentum going into today's main event, the NASCAR Cup Series at New Hampshire. But solid win here at Sonoma for the Truck Series. Of course, we won the Cup race here as well. And then Jeremy Clements won the Xfinity race. So we pick up the win in the Truck Series, and after this race, I believe they're going to have one more race left in the regular season, their regular season finale at Richmond. So We will see how that updated playoff grid looks shortly here. But first, we got to head to Victory Lane. We got to celebrate with the crew that helped with their good pit stops today get us the victory here in Sonoma. Now look at your final race results here from Sonoma Raceway. Of course, you picked up the win. Great runs for a couple of ThorSport trucks, Majeski and Rhodes, both in the top 5. Connor Zilich finally gets a finish that he deserves in 3rd place. And then Caden Honeycutt runs up the top 5. How about Stefan Parsons, Tony Bradinger in the top 10, as well as Gio Ruggiero, Grant Enfinger, and Stuart Friesen. So the rest of the grid, of course, you got the Perez is able to rebound to 18th after that spin out, but still definitely not the finish that he deserved with the speed he had. And then tough runs for guys like Matt Crafton and Frankie Muniz at the back of the pack. So we have the win in the Truck Series at Sonoma. Let's see how that affects our Truck Series standings going into the regular season finale at Richmond coming up in a short time. Very soon we'll have that regular season finale. And, of course, the top 5 guys in points are all clinched. Majeski, Riggs, Enfinger, Friesen, Honeycutt. Mason Massey is all but secured that 8th wild card spot. And then Ankrum and Ben Rhodes are also comfortably in on points. The only way any others can really get in is if Chase Purdy or everyone below him wins at Richmond. That's their path to the playoffs. So we will see a very interesting end to the Craftsman Truck Series regular season coming up in a few episodes' time. And now the NASCAR Xfinity Series was in action this weekend. Xfinity Series was out at Watkins Glen to do their regular season finale, and it was Justin Allgaier picking up his 2nd win of the season, getting it done at the Glen. How about Daniel Hemrick, another top 5, Carson Quaffle, Connor Mozak, and Connor Zilich, the top 5 at the road course at Watkins Glen. Then Taylor Gray, Jesse Love, Corey LaJoie, season best finish, Ty Majeski, and Parker Retzloff, the top 10. So much needed good runs from Mozak and Taylor Gray. Brandon Jones finishes down in 20th. William Sawalich, Corey Day, 17th, 18th. Not the runs that Lane Riggs or Ryan Truex were looking for, down in 31st and 33rd, respectively. So Justin Allgaier picks up the win in the Xfinity Series regular season finale and clinches the regular season championship. Doing so. So here are your 12 drivers who will be in the Xfinity Series chase for the Cup. You'll have Allgaier, Love, Zilich, Erbst, Hemrick, Quaffle, Ryan Sieg, Ryan Truex, Taylor Gray, and Connor Mozak are in the final 2 positions on points. And William Sawalich and Brandon Jones win their way in through the 2 wildcard positions, meaning Sheldon Creed, Roger Carruth, Nick Sanchez, Parker Retzloff have been eliminated from contending for the championship for the rest of the season. So Allgaier, your regular season champion, is going to be atop of the playoff grid heading into the round of 12 for Xfinity, which will be at Daytona, New Hampshire, and Michigan. Quite the interesting round there. It will be Allgaier at plus 33, Jesse Love plus 25, Hemrick, Zilich, Ryan Truex also with double-digit gaps. Then Riley Erbst plus 9, William Sawalich plus 6, and Brandon Jones on the bubble, 1 point above Carson Quaffle. Ryan Sieg just 2 points out, Mozak just 3 points out, and Taylor Gray out by 5 points. So there is your Xfinity Series playoff grid. Heading into their round of 12, next episode at Daytona. And of course, meanwhile, of today's main event, the NASCAR Cup Series, Foxwoods Resort and Casino 301 at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway, my home track, trying to pick up a win here. Stories race, Daniel Suarez was faster in practice, and Michael McDowell and Cole Custer starting at the back of the field for today's race. So we're bringing back out the number 99 Degree Chevrolet. Of course, we won this race here in New Hampshire a season ago. We're trying to get back-to-back New Hampshire race wins at our home track. We had a great qualifying effort starting from 7th, right up here with Carson Hocevar and Bubba Wallace already to the inside here as we cross the start-finish line. We're underway here in New Hampshire. Who is going to be holding up a Larry the Lobster at the end of this as their trophy for winning at New Hampshire? It's Joey Logano, of course, another driver who calls this his home track from nearby Middletown, Connecticut, leading the way as we try to get to the inside of Christopher Bell in the 20, who's been so dominant here at this racetrack, especially in the Xfinity Series. Has, what, 4 for 4 in his Xfinity starts in New Hampshire in real life. And now we're the inside of Joey Logano for the lead. 15 to go in stage 1 here in New Hampshire. We get to the inside of the 22, and we are going to clear Joey Logano here at New Hampshire, and we will be leading already here at New Hampshire. I didn't expect to be this good so quickly, so definitely we got a car that can compete here, at least on the short run for the win, which is what we like to see here in New Hampshire, sticking it up at the front as we try to hold back C. Bell and Joey Logano. Logano, a former champion, Bell, a soon-to-be champion, I would assume, as he gets to our inside. Bell takes the lead away. 14 to go in stage 1 here in New Hampshire. We dive to the inside of the 20 of Christopher Bell. We are side by side for the lead here at New Hampshire. Who is it gonna be? Bell on the outside. Great run there from the 20. The Bell continues in 3-4. A little bit of contact though. A bump of the 20. He's gonna get sideways. Christopher Bell spins. He gets hit by Joey Logano, manages to save it, but loses a ton of track position. And a costly mistake for my part there. And I was trying to get to the inside of Bell and side dropped him. I got into his fender. The caution comes out here a little bit later in the run because Noah Gregson in the 38 is going to blow a tire and drive himself all the way across the track into the wall and then back right down into traffic, collecting Shane Van Gisbergen. Of course, SVG fighting for a chase spot. And now later in the stage, we're going to get sideways. We were driving off with the lead, and we lost it right there. And there goes Logano, Larson, Chandler Smith, AJ Allmendinger trying to take advantage. But we get right back at it on the inside, trying to get these positions back here in fourth on this restart. To conclude stage 1, we get loose door slam the 18 right here as there's just 3 to go in stage 1. New Hampshire trying to hang on, get some good stage points. Looks like Logano might have played us here, forcing us into that mistake. Might allow him to get a stage win, but we get sideways and we're going to spin. We get turned in front of the pack here at New Hampshire, in front of the 17. A huge mistake there. Chris Busher helps us go around, and that's going to cost us stage points and a lot of track position as we had nearly a track block and wreck right there. Huge mistake by us. And now as we recover back into 3-4, we're trying to just salvage any track position that we can going to stage 2 here. Just a horrible, horrible end to the stage. Stupid mistake there on my part. Cost us some good stage points. And now we're fighting for our life out here. Going underneath Denny Hamlin. A few other cars being very aggressive. Driving our way back up to 17th. Almost lost it again on exited turn 2. The car really sideways and loose over the long run. So definitely going to tighten the car up for adjustments when we come down pit road here at the end of the stage. We dive bomb Ty Gibbs for 15th. Make the pass on the 54 and start working on Ross Chastain and Chase Light up ahead. Here, last of the stage, we give Chastain a little bump right there. Send it to the end of 14th. Now try to get by Elliott and Byron for 12th and 13th. Kyle Busch right there. We can see the top 10. We can see stage points. They're right there in front of us. We're such a good spot. We just dive bomb into 3 and 4. We see Jones. We got to send it there. That's for 10th for the final stage point. We're going for it. Do we have enough grip on exit? No, we're going to hit the wall. No, we avoid the wall. We get loose and it's wreck across the line. 11th for a wild stage end. Joey Logano picks up the stage win. Larson, Bowman, Chandler Smith, Allmendinger the top 5. Followed up by Blaney, Wallace, Heim, Busher, and Elliott steals the final stage point. After I shunted Eric Jones out of the way and then made my own mistake that cost us the final stage point. So a wild stage 1 ending, allowing Joey Logano to pick up another stage win, his second on the season. He continues his momentum after that win he got last time out at Richmond. Now here we are on the restart, now on fresh tires, so the car instantly is feeling a lot better, handling a lot better, going by Chris Busher right back into the top 10. Now working on Corey Heim. He's trying to get one of those wild card spots in the chase. Does not want to see a new winner from below that cut line. That would bump him out right now. As we drive by him, Elliott goes out, get physical, get by Joey Logano. Had a horrible restart. Into 6th we go. Now 25 to go. We get to the inside of the 16 of AJ Allmendinger, who's had a very impressive run so far here today in New Hampshire. Running top 5 pretty much all day long. So shout out to the Dinger. Having a great run at a non-road course or super speedway. Now we get to the inside, the 48 of Alex Bowman for position number 4. Here into turns 3 and 4. We'll make that pass by Bowman for 4th. Fields there. We dive bomb it underneath the 5 of Kyle Larson for 3rd place. Larson hanging tough, having a good run today. We'll get him for 3rd. But how about Chandler Smith leading this race in the 18? Trying to get his 3rd career win, his first of the season. Without left 31 to 77. Carson Hocevar blows a tire and goes crashing into the wall. There goes Hocevar. And it looks like he will be in a must-win situation to make the chase. No caution. He holds up the 12 and the 18. Exactly what we needed to send it by Chandler Smith. Steals second away. And now we're right within striking distance of race leader Ryan Blaney here in New Hampshire with just 13 to go in stage 2. And now later in the stage, we're coming in for our scheduled green flag pit stop here at the end of the stage. get it down to pit road speed limit, and come in for 2 tires and fuel. A risky strategy call here, but I think it'll work out and get us hopefully a stage win here and an extra playoff point that we all know we could use all of those that we can.
Okay, get back in there. Let's go.
So solid pit stop, 8.3 in and out. Currently scored 33rd as we merge back onto the racetrack, but that will change next time we pass pit lane. Currently on the lead lap, which is what matters. Now as we pass pit lane, we're going to jump all the way up from 33rd to position number 5, 5th place. Already back into the top 5 here with a few laps left in stage 2. Now the next group of cars comes in, led by William Byron. And now we'll pass them here, almost wrecking, by the way. Huge wiggle down the front straightaway. Now 5 to go in stage 2. We are now leading the race here in New Hampshire, trying to get a stage 2 win to make up for the heartbreak at the end of stage 1. Here we are, the final corner of the stage. We are going to win stage 2 here in New Hampshire with some creative strategy to pick up another stage win for us and another playoff point on the campaign. Chandler Smith, Ryan Blaney, AJ Allmendinger, Joey Logano in the top 5. Seabell rebounds for 6th. Bowman 7th. How about Noah Gregson after that blown tire, driving all the way back up to 8th. Daniel Suarez 9th, and the final stage point goes to Kyle Larson. So we choked away stage 1, but now we're able to pick up the stage 2 win with some strategy. Now here we are at the final stage at our home racetrack here in New Hampshire. 27 laps to go. We restart 5th, already 3 wide, easily passing Joey Logano and Christopher Bell. 3 wide now with Blaney and Chandler Smith for the lead. We get the job done, get physical, and back into the race lead we go here in New Hampshire, trying to drive away to back-to-back wins at our home racetrack. And then the caution comes out with just 20 to go. The caution comes out. I couldn't find out why, but there was some kind of issue or spin or something. So now we pitted for 4 tires and fuel. I think we only took 4 tires or whatever it was. We dropped all the way down to 14th. A horrid pit cycle there for us. Already on the restart, though, we're working our way back up to 9th. Here now going to cross over Bowman for 8th. But hopefully this call to come in for 4 tires is not going to cost us the track position that we had, because we were driving away with the race lead, looking like we were well on our way to winning this race here in New Hampshire. But I don't know now. It's certainly uncertain as we have to battle with Eric Jones for 6th position here with 16 laps remaining. Ryan Blaney, it looks like he's clear for the race lead, trying to drive away and lock himself into the chase for the Cup. Of course, if Blaney gets the job done, he will go from about 15th in the points to in the chase of the win. That would bump out Corey Heim, who of course is trying to make his first ever playoff run. A few laps later, we're giving the 18 the old bump and run, trying to get by Chandler Smith to get at the top 5. 3 wide in the middle, racing him and of course 2020 champion Chase Elliott here with 14 to go, and we clear the 9 and the 18 just barely. Into 5th place we go now, trying to find our way by Daniel Suarez, running in the 4th position, having a great run for Spire Motorsports today. So great job by the whole team getting Suarez up. We'll get by him, and now we set our sights on Joey Logano, the 3-time Cup Series champion in real life. And our universe only has 2018 and 2022. Suarez takes advantage of my mistake, driving a little wide there, gets by both Logano and I, but we're able to give him a little crossover move into turn 1, right back to the inside of Suarez. Into 3rd we go, but Chase Elliott not letting us get away as Blaney and Gregson drive away 1-2. We secure 3rd position into the wall. Huge mistake there. Coming to now just 3 laps to go, we hit the wall. A massive mistake there, just overdriving the corner a little bit, trying to keep these Toyotas behind me of Chandler Smith and Christopher Bell, as it looks like Ryan Blaney is about to lock himself into the chase with a clutch win at New Hampshire. And how about Noah Gregson looking for a career best 2nd place finish. And we will finally get back around Chandler Smith. Into 3rd we go, white flag, 2 to go. Now we'll come to the final lap, presented by Credit One Bank here at New Hampshire. Ryan Blaney, 3.7 second lead over myself. He's got about 2 seconds on Noah Gregson. We slide there on the exit of 2, and now we got to fight out Chandler Smith down the backstretch. We're just slamming him, trying to keep him from getting too far ahead of us, and we get a little aggressive here onto the entry to 3 and 4, kind of use up the 18 a little bit as they go through turn 4. Ryan Blaney wins at New Hampshire. Blaney is going to the chase for the Cup with a clutch win. Noah Gregson, career best 2nd place finish, and we somehow hold on to finish in 3rd, but still walk away disappointed, not being able to pick up back-to-back wins at our home racetrack. Didn't get the finish that we wanted. But still, we'll take a solid top 5 run. Got some good points today. Blaney the winner, Gregson second, myself third, Chase Elliott, Chandler Smith the top 5, Logano, Suarez, Bell, Larson, and Bowman the top 10. Let's see through the rest of the grid there. Corey Heim brings home a top 15. Allmendinger finished 13th, although he ran top 5 most of the day. And then not to finish this, guys like Carson Hocevar, Justin Haley, or SVG we're looking for. All 3 of those guys in the playoff picture cannot afford to have a bad race. Well, they just had one here in New Hampshire. So Ryan Blaney going to get the win here, make it both he and Joey Logano, 2 of the 3 Penske cars now in the chase with their victories. Just 2 races to go in the regular season at Watkins Glen, and of course the regular season finale at Daytona. We have the regular season championship on lock right now. Christopher Bell, Hamlin, Elliott, Larson, Byron all have clinched with their victories. Logano, Bowman, Reddick, and SVG are the final 4 who are in the top 10 in the points right now. And then Blaney and Ty Gibbs occupy the final 2 wild card positions in the playoffs. And then you got Keselowski, Wallace, Haley, and Chastain on the outside looking in, as well as Corey Heim, who has a win but needs to not have 2 winners above him in the points, or else he will not be in the chase for the Cup. So big win for Ryan Blaney at New Hampshire. And as we conclude this episode, as always, I want to give a special shout out to my channel members. Thank you very much to Brenda Breen and Jeremy Isley for your support. I really appreciate it. It means a lot, and it continues to help me my journey here with this channel as we get closer and closer to 1,000 subscribers. Just recently eclipsing 980, which is awesome. Thank you guys so much for that. And those of you that are watching and not subscribed, please do subscribe. It's completely free. It only takes a couple of seconds, and I would really, really appreciate it. It helps this channel out a ton. And until next time, I hope you all have a good one.